Commission, July 25, 2017, regular meeting at 6 p.m. We do have a quorum. First item of business, approve the meeting minutes from June 27th, 2017.
Make a motion to accept as submitted.
We have a motion to accept. We have a second.
Second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Minutes pass. First item, old business, concept plan retreat at Finch Branch, 62.29 acres, property located at projected intersection of Spring Street and Shiloh Drive, tax map 017L, Group A, parcel 008.04, R2 medium density zoning district, property owned by Robert W. Waldron. Mr. J. Or Mr. Logan, my apologies.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I believe this project has deferred.
Yes.
Very good. We'll move on to the next item. Preliminary plat retreat at Finch Branch, Phase 1, 13.07 acres, property located at projected intersection of Spring Street and Shiloh Drive, tax map 017L, Group A, parcel 8.04, R2 medium density zoning district, property owned by Robert W. Waldron. Mr. Logan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This project has also deferred tonight.
Very good. Next item, site plan requested by Josh Lyon of Colbert Engineering, proposed expansion on existing lot, property located at 443 Dick Buchanan Street, tax map 014I, Group C, parcel 2.01, I-1 Light Industrial and A Agricultural Zoning District, property owned by JJT Land Holdings. Mr. Logan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The applicant, Josh Lyon of Clover Engineering, is requesting approval of a site plan for a parking lot extension to be located at 443 Dick Buchanan Street. The owner is Knox Auto Parts. Improvements located on the 9 acres will include a parking lot and 2 additional structures totaling 15,250 square feet. And additionally, there's 2.07 acres of disturbed area. The property is located on the west side of Dick Buchanan Street. The purpose of this site plan is to present the previously mentioned improvements to the existing gravel area as well as the addition of 2 structures. This property includes 1 parcel, 2.01 shown on Rutherford County Tax Map 014I Group C. And I'll be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Did they take care of all the technical items, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do we have any questions or comments from the board? We'll entertain a motion on this project.
Mr. Chairman, with all technical items being addressed, make a motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. On to the next item. First item under new business, recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Alderman rezoning of property requested by Father Cherbil Khalil, 6.3 acres, property located at 181 Cherokee Drive, tax map 017C, Group E, parcel 11.03, current zoning district R1 low density residential district, proposed zoning district C2 highway service, property owned by Archangel Michael Coptic Orthodox Church. Mr. Logan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The city has received a written request from the applicant to defer number 4 as well as number 5 and 6.
Number 4, 5, and 6.
I think they've indicated they may come back in August, which would be August 29th. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, sir. For the record, I'll go ahead and read them. Site plan requested by Father Khalil, proposed parking lot, property located at 181 Cherokee Drive, tax map 017C, Group E, parcel 11.03, R1 low density residential zoning district, property owned by Archangel Michael Coptic Orthodox Church, and that item was deferred. Number 6, site plan request by Father Khalil, proposed addition of 1,440 square foot, 1-story modular building on existing lot, property located at 173 Cherokee Drive, tax map 017C, Group E, parcel 27, R1 Low Density Residential Zoning District, property owned by Archangel Michael Coptic Orthodox Church. That item was deferred as well. On to number 7, site plan requested by John Burns for the proposed Blair Road storage, property located at the corner of Blair Road and Sanford Road, tax map 29, parcel 20, I-2 Heavy Industrial Zoning District, property owned by John Burns. Mr. Logan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No. This is the one that was bringing me.
Give the map on that one, Graham. Give the map on that one.
So last month was June. Did they confirm
Details on it.
No, they did not.
they were on the agenda? This is the first time they've been here.
This is my report.
This item was deferred, wasn't it, Jay? We're talking about number 7, Mike, the railroad storage.
Uh-huh.
That item was deferred, right, because of sewer?
Oh,
I believe it was it not?
yes,
Yeah, we didn't even discuss this at the workshop. It was gonna be
Yeah.
deferred.
that's correct.
With that item being deferred to workshop, we will move on. Next item, site plan requested by Luke Williams for the proposed construction design management self-storage facility, property located at 5095 Murfreesboro Road, tax map 015, parcel 2.12, C2 Highway Service Zoning District, property owned by Mark Portel. Mr. Logan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This applicant, Luke Williams, is requesting the approval of a site plan for the construction of the construction design management self-storage facility located at 5095 Murfreesboro Road between City Hall and the existing Burger King, being part of the Mason property subdivision. The proposed development will consist of a 3-story, 63,888 square foot warehouse unit and 2,415 square foot office. A 120-foot variance application was approved in February of 2017 to allow the office building to be constructed within the 220-foot setback. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Very good. All technical items addressed on this one.
Yes, sir.
And do we have any questions or comments from the board?
I have a question or a comment. Is there an applicant here?
Step to the podium, name and address for the record, sir.
Name is Luke Williams, 1426 Manor Circle, Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Very good. Mr. Coates?
Just a question on your entrance. You're only showing 27 feet entranceway, but the rest of the property you show a greater distance of 30 feet. Is the reason why you're keeping it that small of entrance?
The entrance off Murfreesboro Road?
Yeah. I mean, you can have a lot of vehicles coming in and out there, and 27 feet is not a big distance for some of the vehicles you're going to be dealing with.
27 feet, that's a typical distance that we've used before for this type of
You're
development.
showing 30 feet around some of the other areas. So I mean, it's just
We would be
convoluted.
We'll be glad to,
I mean, it
if
just
you wanted to
doesn't-
increase
for me. I mean, you got vehicles coming down Murfreesboro Road, heading towards Nashville, going to turn right.
Mhm.
You know, you do that 8 o'clock in the morning in this town. There's a lot of traffic coming there. So when that vehicle starts to stop and turns right, it's going to back up some traffic very quickly to the traffic light. And I just feel it's a health and safety issue needs to be addressed.
And sir, at the working session meeting last week, I don't believe you were here a couple weeks ago, we had discussed we're going to have an alternative exit primarily for people leaving, so that was the other reason. We'll have an exit point on the right rear, so that people can come to the light. But if it's required, we'd be glad to increase the width to 30 feet, no problem.
So I was not at the workshop, I understand that, but when we previously discussed it, so the access onto Madison Square, is there going to be an access? It doesn't show it on your print at the present time. What's the
Yeah.
plan there?
That was in the
It
working,
It does show on the,
But the site plan you want an approval for does not show it.
you're talking about,
It just says an easement, is what it says. It's a 30-foot permanent impress easement is all it shows.
one of the things in the workshop, they requested we had revised that, and we sent that drawing to them showing, which I have a drawing here showing that exit.
So again, for the staff, we're approving this drawing, this date. It does not indicate what this group wanted. And I wasn't even here, you can see that.
Well, one of the things we ran into at the workshop, I had a little bit of confusion myself, and the project from the very first time that we originally seen the project to now has, if you look at this map here, Mr. Coates, whereas before it used to go all the way to the back of the property next to the restaurant and the two restaurants and the gym and such, it's actually moved forward. They've actually shortened the overall size. Correct me if I'm
That's correct.
if I'm not correct. So there, we discussed it at length at the workshop.
So then my question is, on the alternate exit, as you say, is that going to come out onto Madison Square, which is coming around the strip that Miss Peddle owns now, comes out opposite Brewer Street, which is the street opposite Burger King?
the plans that we turned back in to planning shows an exit out here.
Okay, so you're going to go down behind the existing strip mall and come out onto Madison Square.
Yes, we're connecting to an
There's an
easement
easement that's there.
that's already in place.
The
Yes.
proposed, the existing building and the proposed other lot.
So when will that materialise? At the moment, the lot there is a bare lot, and I think Ms. Purtle's involved with it, but I mean, when is that going to materialise? I mean, when's it going to happen?
That entrance will be built with this development.
this?
With this, yes.
Staff, can you just pull up the overhead shot of the buildings again?
Which one?
Okay, so then from what you're saying there, if the blue line is correct, which it may or may not be, you cannot get directly out onto Madison Square. You're going to have to come around the existing car park, around to get onto Madison Square.
We'll be connecting right here.
Okay.
There's already an existing easement that connects to that property line.
Okay. Well, first, I just have an issue with the 27 feet. I mean, the rest of the property is showing 30 feet, and
Sure, we'd be glad to.
coming in and out of that is just
We-
for
we'd
me, it's just a
We'll be
problem.
glad to make
Yeah.
it.
We'd be
30
glad
and
to,
6
under
feet.
the record, change that to 30 feet. That's not an issue.
Any other questions or comments? Is that a material board for us, guys?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, sir. We'll request to bring some samples. This is just an architectural rendering of the office building, which was approved to be in the setback, which was discussed earlier. This is a drawing of what that will be, and then sample of materials you can see will be used in various different spots.
If you don't mind, just a little closer so everyone can get a look at it.
Here, or just pass it
Just
around?
right there, it looks great. Everybody see those? Okay. Thank you very much for that, guys.
You're welcome.
Love the color choice. Any other questions or comments from the board?
Mr. Chairman, we've got the issue of that we are presented with a drawing dated June 26, revised for July the 17th, but that apparently is not the one that they want us to approve.
I'm not sure what exactly is the difference between what you're showing and what I have here, but what I've submitted is what I have here.
So, is there another set of plans that have been turned in, Mr. Logan? Aside from, different from these?
But then you've got the issue, Mr. Chairman, of the, the request of the 27 feet to 30 feet, obviously going to be incorrect, and so what we're approving is not as presented. So
Would you like for them to come back to workshop? Let's work these little tidbits out, get it taken care of?
I mean, that's what I'd like to see. This board's been historically very good of not contingency, so.
Drawing that has it here, so.
Yeah, I haven't seen your plan, so I don't know what you've got. This matches what he's got.
Okay, well,
Does it-
understand it's first meeting, so we're gonna get through this together. Let's take a look at that real quick, and let's omit this copy.
There's the site plan. So what they addressing, when they address you all, they're talking about this right here. They're going after that behind this building.
Okay. And this is gonna be paved? Is that,
Yes, sir.
still got 27 here. Get in here, Mr. Jones.
I actually had the updated
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
for that.
During the workshop meeting, we were also asked to address the fire, which that shows the fire protection.
There is
Service
a
around-
circulation for a fire
circulation
truck
around.
around that building. It'll be sheet C2A in that set of plans that you have there.
No, it's only 3 foot, Mr. Coates. Do you think, looking right here, that's gonna put it too far into that parking spot?
It could, I mean, it'll be looked at. It's just, if you look around the rest of the property, they've got 20 and 30 feet, and there, it's just very narrow, and if you come off that traffic light, Madison Square, want to turn right, it's gonna, going to be an issue.
So you're wanting it 30?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand how that happened either, with all the rest of them being like they're supposed to be, but I think that it wouldn't be overstepping the precedents that has already been set. If we can remember Beacon, if we could just have him sign the planners, show that we want that 30, and
No
both of
problem.
you sign it,
Absolutely.
and make sure, and then we'll approve the one with the amendment. I mean, that's not anything that we've done out of the norm, but I think that was an oversight. Well, obviously, it was an oversight on the part that we didn't see it while it was here in front of us, but he's addressed all of the items, and he's worked with us pretty good on it, so I think that's something that's fixable, as opposed to delaying another month.
I understand that, but our issue is we've been very steadfast recently of not having any contingencies, and this could open up a well of other issues. So I just have an issue with it.
I'm not calling it a contingency, we're amending it as we are here, because we had did this before, and we let the interested parties sign as we watched them sign. I mean, we've done that before on the plat, and that plan will be registered.
I understand, but that applicant actually never came back, did he?
Right, because he didn't want to do it. So, I
Yeah,
mean, that's your
we're-
option. If
We're perfectly willing to do it in under
If you want to sign
record.
it and do it and not do it, that's on you, but we're looking for 30, and we want you to guarantee that.
Under
as far
oath,
as
we
the
agree
amendment.
to the 30, and we'd be glad to sign that,
Okay,
sir.
all right.
Well, with that, I will open the floor for a motion at this moment, and then we'll kind of take it from there. So,
With all technical items being addressed, and with the stipulations of an amended plan before this board that will be signed by the individual, by the interested parties, I make a motion that we accept as amended.
as amended.
Alderman Jones, you may want to put the specific amendment that's going to be required or going to be in there. I know that we talked about it, but just for purposes of the motion.
I make a motion, the amendment that we're going to amend will be the 27-foot, and that's just gonna be an egress or egress and ingress. 'Cause, yeah, they'll be coming in and out, right? I'll make a motion that the amendment will be from 27 feet to 30 feet on the Murfreesboro Road, entrance and exit.
We have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I have a second. All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye.
I would say no, only procedural, just the way we've never done this before, and I just disagree with the procedural, but, I'm going to vote no.
So we have ayes 3-1, correct? 4-1?
You might want to just do a roll call vote, just to
Let's do a roll call, Mr. Vaughn.
Aye.
No.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Motion
Thank you.
passes, gentlemen.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone. Next item of business, final plat, Sand Hill Village, 9.15 acres, property located approximately 500 feet west of intersection of Sand Hill Road and Fergus Road, tax map 014, parcel 4, R2 medium density zoning district, property owned by Adnan Shriebman. Mr. Logan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The applicant, Mr. James Womble, is requesting approval of the final plat for Sand Hill Village subdivision located on 9.15 acres. The property is located on the south side of Sand Hill Road. The Sand Hill subdivision is zoned PDR, consisting of 31 single-family lots, PDR with an R2 base zoning, 3 residential units, PDR with a C3 base, and 1 neighborhood retail commercial unit, which is PDR with a C3 base, on parcel 4.00 shown on Rutherford County Tax Map 14. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All technical items addressed, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do we have any questions or comments from the board?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, just to make sure, we're on item 9, correct?
We're on item 9. Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Final plat, Sand Hill
what's the,
Village.
on my copy, I got 3 technical items. Is that, does that mean he did that? Or,
They should have been removed.
okay, thank you.
So they are all addressed.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. Any other questions or comments? Being none, we'll entertain a motion.
It's all technical items addressed. I make a motion to accept.
We have a motion to accept. Second. We have a second. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion passes. Next item, horizontal property regime private element plat, Cottages of Laverne 2000, Phase 4, 11.78 acres requested by Womble and Associates, property located along near Shriebman Boulevard, tax map 015, parcel 13.08, R3 high density residential zoning district, property owned by Adnan Shriebman. Mr. Logan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The applicant, Mr. James Womble with Womble and Associates, is requesting approval of a horizontal property regime private element plat for the Laverne 2000 Phase 4 project. The purpose of the plat is to create 109 residential lots with units in accordance with the Tennessee Horizontal Property Act and to enable building lots and units to be conveyed in fee simple title. Thank you.
All technical items addressed, sir.
Yes, sir.
One question for Mr. Womble.
Mr. Womble, if you'd step to the podium, name and address for the record.
Danny Womble, 40 Middleton Street, Nashville, Tennessee.
Just the one question, we previously discussed this at the site plan, but I'm not seeing on the west entrance the concrete build-up for the right in, right out. I see it marked, but I want to make sure we agree to that, so when it gets constructed, that we have any issues with that entrance.
You're correct. It's difficult to see that on this plat. We did agree to that, and we do have it labeled access limited to right in, right out on the plat, but the graphics is difficult to see because of the bold boundary line, but we did agree to it. It was on the construction drawings, it was approved that way, and it will be built that way.
Very good. Any other questions or comments for Mr. Womble? No questions? We'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept as submitted.
We have a motion to accept. We have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Next item, final plat, 5486 Murfreesboro Road, 3.92 acres, property located at 5486 Murfreesboro Road, tax map 018B, Group E, Parcel 5, C2 Highway Service Zoning District, property owned by Highway 41 Investors, LLC. Mr. Logan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The applicant, Mr. Chris Getz with Dale and Associates, is requesting approval of the final plat for 5486 Murfreesboro Road. This property consists of 3.92 acres and is located on the south side of Murfreesboro Road, south of Minerva Drive and Mercury Drive. This property is zoned C2 Highway Service zoning, and the purpose of the final plat is to subdivide the parcel into 4 commercial lots. Thank you.
Very good. All technical items addressed, sir?
Yes, they are.
Thank you, sir. Any questions or comments from the board?
I just have one comment on the final plat, understanding that the applicant is here. Somebody here from the, is there an applicant here? Yes. I just a question, I just was interested to know how you're going to handle the four entrances onto a very busy road. I know this is the final plat, but I'm just planning ahead here.
Can you repeat that?
So you're having your zone, you're going from one lot to four.
Right.
So my concern is the entrances onto the four of how you're going to access in and out onto Millsborough Road. Have you thought ahead of that, or how you're going to handle that, or not?
That fell kind of more in our design process. I can certainly get more information to answer your question.
Well, this is the final plat. I'm just looking to the next step of when you come in to have buildings put on them, of how that's going to be handled, because it's a very busy area there, and having the four entrances onto the area is going to be a interesting, if best. I mean, I'd like to get to 2 versus 4, but just a comment.
Well, I mean, you've got the
These two entrances.
you've got 2 entrances. One along the I guess the northwestern side, and then you've got a 24-foot cross access that extends all the way down to lot 4, and then you have a 36-foot access, I guess in the center of lot 3. So there's 2 access points.
I understand and concur with what you're saying. I'm just, I think this board will be looking at heavily when it comes to having buildings put on, if you're still involved, but it's something that we need to look at as a planning board.
Okay.
But you answered my questions. Thank you.
Name and address for the record real fast, sir.
Chris Getz, I'm at 516 Heather Place, Nashville 37204.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. Any other questions or comments? With that, we'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept as submitted.
We have a motion to accept. We have a second.
Second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Final item, bonds and letters of credit. Mr. J.
Letters of credit are up to date.
Thank you very much, sir. I'd like to thank everybody for their time. Meeting adjourned.